And there was another study I saw where they were going over what is the most likely symptom to cause a man to not have sex in the last year. One of the highest precipitators of that was a man being unemployed or underemployed, which means hypergamy is real. When men don't make that much money, we all know a guy who's a male stripper who sleeps on the couch and fucks a bunch of girls. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. What I am saying though is like, if you want to talk about things that cause women to like not be interested in men, it's like when they can't afford anything. And as more women get to see images of these hyper successful men, they become even less interested in those men at the bottom.
You guys have heard about that girl, I think she did like a Vice interview or something, and she talks about she went on Tinder, like 100 Tinder dates in a row and like got her dinner paid for like 100 days in a row. Yeah. And I'm like, girl.
Yeah, I can't imagine why he said women objectify men. I can't imagine where that comes from.
Yeah, you're just a walking wallet with a wiener.
Dude, it feels like it sometimes.
Yeah, she goes out on 100 Tinder dates. I stand up my dates to hang out with my dog.
100 Tinder dates. Can you imagine her pH balance after that?
Oh, kind of had that.
Can you imagine? That's Brittany Renner right there.
That's not no sexy
job.
fish no more.
The majority of really wealthy people have long-term relationships and are in a monogamous relationship. They're married because the team is a fantastic way to build wealth.
But if the stats are true and whatever percent of people are getting divorces, doesn't that mean that if I'm building wealth, there's a 50-odd% chance that I'm going to lose half of it if I'm married or more?
Well, first off, if you have wealth going in, get a prenup. But what I would say is, and first off, that number is a bit misleading because marriage is becoming a luxury item. It used to be 95% of wealthy people got married and 85% of middle class and poor people got married. It's dropped to less than half among poor people. The bottom line is no one wants to mate with poor men. And wealthy people attract a lot of mates. And generally speaking, really wealthy people, I mean, there's all this, it's fun to do TikToks about Jeff Bezos on a yacht with his new girlfriend and everything. But the majority of wealthy people are actually stay married. And the team is really powerful. We're both working together. We're both making a lot of money. That is really powerful in sharing one set of expenses. You're going to focus on the logistics of our life or our family, and my wife's the professional baller, right? The team is powerful. So this notion that you shouldn't get married, or I'm not suggesting that marriage is for anybody or stay married no matter what. I'm not suggesting that at all, but there's just no getting around it. The team is much more powerful than the individual. And if you break down the numbers of people who are wealthy, they generally speaking invest a lot in their relationships. Wealth is a whole person project. There's a myth that rich people are bad people. The Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, the billionaires crawled over other people to get there. It's just not true. What you generally find among wealthy people, especially people who've made their own money, one of the reasons they're wealthy is they've collected allies along the way. And just as compounding is so powerful with small investments when you're young, bringing some generosity to people when they need help, being a good friend, occasionally checking in, how are you doing, helping people find jobs when they lose a job, being kind, those little investments you make as a young person really add up.
Yeah, this is great. Professor Galloway, I'm a big fan of his. And one of the things he talks about here, there's a couple things, a lot to unpack. I teach a networking course. Collecting people along the way is absolutely true. I try to do as many favors as I can for people and ask for nothing in return. And if I care about somebody, I try to solve problems for them. But the other part that I noticed that I really enjoyed is he's one of the people, he's probably the lead guy decrying that there's a crisis in dating. And he says, nobody wants to marry broke men. Nobody wants, it really is true. It's like, as women get access to more men that they can see on social media and on dating apps, they start to select for this smaller and smaller group of men up here at the top. And then broke men become less and less desirable. And there was another study I saw where they were going over what is the most likely outcome, what is the most likely symptom to cause a man to not have sex in the last year. One of the highest precipitators of that was a man being unemployed or underemployed, which means hypergamy is real. When men don't make that much money, we all know a guy who's a male stripper who sleeps on the couch and fucks a bunch of girls. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. What I am saying though is like, in general, if you want to talk about things that cause women to like not be interested in men, it's like when they can't afford anything. And as more women get to see images of these hyper successful men, they become even less interested in those men at the bottom. And that's what he's talking about there. He says marriage is a luxury. And more than half of poor people now don't want to get married. And the marriage rate for women is at an all-time low.
Well, marriage rate for people in general is an all-time low. Yeah. Right now we're at 6.1 per 1,000. It's the lowest rate in recorded history for the United
They're
States.
also talking about like babies being like the lowest on
Fertility
record.
rate.
For
Yeah.
the fertility rate, just because of the inflation and how much like everything is costing, because it's like people are choosing like, hey, do I want to live or do I want to support a child?
Well,
I
the-
can't.
Feminist man, I think toxic masculinity is so destructive for a culture.
I wish all men were feminists like you.
Here's that check for you, sir. Sir? Do not assume my pronouns. How dare you assume that because I'm a man that I'm going to be paying for this whole dinner? Women are fully capable of paying for themselves.
You want me to split the bill between you two?
Leave the entire bill. She will pay for the entire thing because she is an independent woman who does not need a man to provide for her. As a feminist woman, wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, I guess.
Here's the check, ma'am. I'm sorry. Canceled.
Oh my god, this is expensive. Give me a book. Matt, are you gonna help me?
As a feminist man, I don't want to imply that you can't defend yourself because you're a woman.
Are you serious?
You're just as capable of defending yourself as a man. As a feminist woman, wouldn't you agree?
Can you at least call the police?
The police. We need to defund those racist pieces of shit. Hey, man. Long time no call. Johnny sucked it.
Long time no.
Your little boy told I used to have some wild nights down in West Hollywood. You know boys town?
No, I don't know.
Sucks for you, sucks for me.
Are you gay?
As a feminist man, I'm sexually fluid, even within a relationship. As a feminist woman, wouldn't you agree with that?
This.
I like this look. Johnny, wait up!
Right across the restaurant, give me that.
All right. I don't know if you guys thought. I mean, obviously that kind of describes itself. It's like you like this video. What do you think about it?
I love it. She's in the liberal wig.
Yeah.
And the West
liberal wig.
Hollywood reference.
He pulled the feminist Uno card, the
Yeah.
feminist reverse Uno card.
You're an independent woman. You can pay for yourself.
Yeah, my
right?
favorite getting robbed because you're perfectly capable of defending yourself. I'm not going to infantilize you. That's pretty funny.
Thank you for a video. Are you happy?
Am I happy?
Yeah, are you happy?
Not really.
Why not? Well, you seem like a healthy individual, good-looking guy. You probably play sport. What sport do you play?
I ran track and field in college.
Okay.
I tore my shoulder, so I had to retire.
No competitive sports right now.
No competitive sports.
And did the shoulder heal?
No, I probably 50% strength of what it used to be.
Really?
Yeah.
So, what do you do now? Why aren't you happy?
I don't know, man. I just feel like I moved to Miami like 4 months ago, and I just feel like the pace of life is so fast that I just feel like I wake up and the day's over.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel any sense of accomplishment in my days, really.
Yeah.
I do medical device sales and I model full time. And
Really?
I don't know. Like, it's cool, but like I said, I just don't feel any sense of accomplishment, I guess.
The point is in the comments for this one, if you guys want to check it out, it's just a bunch of women like, I'll save him. Like, can I help him? It's like he goes, I just model and I just do medical sales. it's just really funny. Like, the reason why that was funny, if you guys want to look at the original video, is just read the comments from women. It is hilarious. Like, how many of them are just like, what can I do to save you? It's like, oh, it's okay, baby. Everything will be fine. I'll help your shoulder.
That's a cop out, man. I've had 28 surgeries and I've rehabbed myself.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's a lot of things. It is really interesting. You know, I started doing cold plunge. I started doing sauna. I started doing BPC 157 and TV 500 and all these different things. And it's just like I'm out there playing basketball and defending guys who are half my age. And there's ways out there of being healthy, like older in age. I mean, that's not what the video was mainly about, but you're right.
Yeah,
it's like
that's the way I interpret it is like, okay, first thing was the cop out.
But like it was just really funny. It's like the girls didn't see that. The girls just saw this guy's so good looking, and it's like I want to help him out. It was just really funny, man. I thought
The poor little wounded bird.
I can fix him.
Yeah, I can fix it. That's what they were all saying.
It's funny, like, because I mean, they probably started out very seriously. Like, are you happy? Like that. They probably were asking a bunch of guys. Like, this was the one with that stuck because it's the good-looking kid, right?
Yeah.
But I wonder how many people they asked that, and it was like some ugly dude or some like fat chick or something like that. Or like, no, I'm not really happy. Blah blah blah. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
like,
like everyone cared that he was sad because he was good looking. But in general, like you're like the idea of pitting your way into sex is ridiculous. And I see so many men trying to do it. It's really, really funny. Can we do this one right here?